Thanks for stopping by, family. This is actually Kareem, and I know you're probably looking at the title and you're saying, wow, I thought he was talking about herbs. Why is he talking about business? Now, in one of my videos, if you remember, when I was talking about my website, I said that things that I wanted to actually teach on to help assist our actual, my people with knowing how to start a business, because we're less than 1% in starting a business. And I think it's because we've been actually majorly miseducated. So by us not understanding and knowing how this game is, because believe me, it's a game. No question about it. This is chess, not checkers. So when you got individuals out there telling you how to get rich fast and get this, no. I mean, you can't. But you know, they got rules and regulations now, procedures that have slowed things down from getting paid within 30 days, 45 days. I mean, big money. You can get cash like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, but most people like myself, that won't do much for me. You know what I mean? You want to do it smartly. You want to have a bulk of it so you can actually make a dent and you can make a change in your community. So what's important about why is it important to start an actual corporation? When you understand the benefits on why it's important to start a corporation, then you will probably want to start a corporation. And I'm going to assist you with that and help you understand why. On my actual website, I actually have a membership tab that you can click, and you, in less than $50 for the whole year, you get those 18 to 21 steps on how to actually start a business. And why is it so important to do that? Because you can go to places like LegalZoom, no point of intention or disrespect and whatnot, but they just gonna do it for you. It's another service, but they won't tell you how and why. I'm going into details and telling you how and why. And the better you are in your position for as credit, you can actually unlock a lot of things. And if you don't have good credit, it kind of doesn't matter anyway, as long as you just be still and be patient. It takes about 6 to 9 months with a person that has horrible credit with the actual business to make something happen, okay? When a person that has very good credit with a business and a corporation that just set it up the way I tell them to set it up and everything, you can start getting paid within 45 days to 90 days. You know what I'm saying? And people say, well, why would I want to go get a loan from a bank? First you got to understand that everything you pretty much do, unless you got an inheritance or you won the lotto, is a loan, okay? So stop sitting up here thinking that you can, just go through life or go through this actual matrix in this game without actually getting a loan from these crazy banks. Because you get loans anyway. If you driving around with a payment on a car, you got a loan. If you making payments on a house, you got a loan. If you actually have some credit cards in your pocket, you got a loan, okay? So, and I can go on and on how you actually had a loan in your pocket. Contracts is crazy. So understand the basics of this game and you'll be all right. So let me name some benefits of actually having a corporation and actually knowing how to play this matrix game. People have been telling you that credit is bad or getting loans is bad. Those are for only the people that are already for the haves, okay? But for the nots, it's not. You got to actually understand how to use someone else's. Somebody gave me, if you gave me $200,000 or you gave me 50 grand, but you told me that you wanted me to pay that $50,000 back with interest in 12 months. So my payment on that, as soon as I start using your 50 grand, as soon as I get the check and I start spending it and putting it on things, or if I use half of it, based on how much I use, let's say I use 60, 70% of the 50 grand you gave me, so maybe about 30, 40 grand. So I use about $35,000, $40,000 of the 50 grand you gave me. And you're charging me a payment of you. I'm just using that example. You charge me a payment of something like $150 or $200 a month for, because me using the 50 grand, or you charge me, let's go high. You charge me $350 a month. So you telling me, if you gave me 50 grand and you say, Kareem, I'm giving you $50,000, I want $300 a month on this in 12 months, or it's going to go up to $350. And then it's going to still creep up to $400. You're going to be paying me $350 a month until you pay the 50 grand off. So you telling me I can't come up with an idea after you give me 50 G's? You sleeping on the wrong person if I can't come up with an idea. That's why people, we should need to talk more so we can share ideas with each other. It don't take much to get yourself a brick and mortar. What's a brick and mortar? It's a place that you can lease from someone else, an office or an actual storefront, and you can put your products there or provide a service. Or you can actually open up a place and put other people in there that provide a service, and they pay you a percentage. Believe me, you're gonna be able to pay it back. Or you can take the money and put it in to go down to one of the counties in your particular state that you live in, the county that you live in. You can go down there and buy an actual house outright for cash, because they sell them for less than 50 grand if you got the cash. I mean, but you gotta have that 30, 40, $50,000 in cash. And you can get yourself a 2, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom house, depending on where you at. You can get them bigger than that. So for less than 50 grand at the county, at the auctions. So, and then you can turn around and flip it. And since most of us don't have that type of money, so don't tell me, I can go on and on about what you can do with just 50 G's. So it's the same concept. If a bank gives you 100 to 120, $250,000, if they give you that type of money for your business, not you personally, your business, because they ain't gonna give you no $250,000. They're not gonna give you $150,000. They're not gonna give you $100,000. If they do, you gotta have exceptional credit. You know what I mean? And a long history to get it out on your personal with the social security number only. They gonna go through the kitchen sink if they're gonna give you that type of money. But your business, that's chump change to a business. That's a benefit right there. Okay? They're not giving you the money. They're giving the business the money. And another benefit is when you start a corporation, you're the first employee. So you think when your job that you're going to that it's just you don't even probably know, you just think it's a mama papa shop. Even if it was a mama papa shop, that's powerful that they have an actual company that is registered with the state. Now, a lot of you people say, okay, here we got another brother that's telling us to actually, get a job and or actually sign up and start businesses and register with the state when I'm trying to get away from it. Hold on. If you going to work, you paying taxes, and you actually sending your kids to their schools, and you actually already in the matrix and you ain't even checked out. You already at the lowest part when you actually are checked in the way you checked in. You checked in with the way that you were taught to do a 9 to 5. And that way right there is kind of old school news. That's over. If you notice, it's very, very, very extremely difficult to hold on to the job you currently got. So if you don't have one, try getting one. Try quitting and looking for another job that is not going to be treating you almost feeling like a slave. So don't sit up here and talk about what you should not and should be doing. Believe me, you need to use what actually is available to you now. It ain't gonna always be available for you to. The banks switch up they switch up like they changing their socks and whatnot. I'm not lying. They'll switch up the game in a minute, but when they're being regulated, they regulate the ones that's coming to them. So by you coming to them, they have stricken their rules now because they're being regulated up top, because they did a lot of foul stuff, taking advantage of the people when it came to that housing boom and a lot of credit and whatnot. So they got some strict guidelines right now, but it still don't stop you from getting it. It still don't stop you from getting $150,000, $200,000, $250,000 SBA loan. Here, you can get a lot of cash from the bank. Some people take it and run and they hit the road, Jack, and they just go and they file bankruptcy, but they still got the money. You ain't got to do all of that. You can literally build an empire off of the trust that the banks give you. So a benefit is you becoming the first employee of your corporation. That's another benefit. Another benefit is it's not you, it's the corporation. Another benefit is that you're the first employee position that you take. You can take the CEO, which I don't advise. I teach that in the actual, or you take the president. President is a good position to take. Wouldn't you like to be a president of a position, a position that you started, and you're like, well, it ain't really making no money. You're missing the whole point here. You're missing the whole point here. The whole point is that you're actually moving in an actual direction of not all in coming from your pocket. Like right now, me, I don't have anything in my name. Nothing. My car is in my actual trust name. My actually, not my car, the trust car. You have to be careful when you're talking about things that's yours and what ain't yours. Things that I don't own anything. I control things, but I don't own anything. I have 4 business accounts. You know, I have actually 1 trust account. I have 1 profit account. So when you knowing how to use these elements, you know, you ain't really touching nothing. You ain't really making no contracts and nothing. It's your actual businesses that's making these contracts, and you actually control and actually and make sure that you it goes the way you want it to go when you're signing this contract according to the business, not you. So the business has to have these certain guidelines in order, not you. But when you moving in an actual way like that, ask any business owner how it feels to walk into the bank as a business owner or a nonprofit owner or an actual, you know, a truster, a person that has opened up a trust account. Ask them. It's powerful. When you come in there actually opening up a regular personal account, they already know they've been feeling personally take you to the cleaners. That's exactly what it is. You know, they have so many ways that they just get over and they don't do nothing for you. It's ridiculous. But for an actual business owner, a nonprofit, you can go in there and start getting grants. As a nonprofit, with a business owner, you can get SBA loans. You can get, I mean, it's so many things that they just give you for free, but also you can actually apply for and you can get. So you have to look good on paper, your business does, and you're controlling the business, okay? So, and another benefit is when you're actually having a corporation and business going and you're getting all your money direct deposit, well, how am I going to look good on paper when my business ain't really making no money? I haven't even thought of a product. I don't even have no a means of making money. And how is the bank? Well, sign up for the class, okay? And it'll tell you all of that. But I'll tell you one right now. You know, you actually open up a corporation and you have all your direct deposit from your job being direct deposited into your, actually to your main account. And then you transfer it over to your, or you write checks to your expense account. You probably didn't catch all of that. You would have to get the class to actually understand the details of that. But you would basically start a corporation. Major benefit right here to get into the banking system for your business. And everything that you're making on your job, your 1-week check, your 2-week check, or your monthly check, is being deposited into your business account, your business main account. And then when you start paying your bills, you call up your, you know, your light bill or your gas bill or your, you know, your like electrical bill and whatnot, your trash bill, and all the little bills that you got going on. You let them know that I would like to make my payments from my business account, you know, for my light bills and everything, because I'm running my business from my home. You know how powerful that is? Now you're showing activity from your actual, your business, but it's really your lights. It's really your electricity account and your bill, or your trash bill, or your water bill. That's yours, but technically it's not once you transfer it over to the business. The business is paying for that. Why can the business pay for that? Because you're running a business from your home, or the home that you're listing, or the apartment that you're actually working out of, or that you don't have a lease with. I mean, there's so many things that's imperative that you actually know, that it ain't no joke when people say things like you don't own nothing, but you control things. They wouldn't talk about the ones that were rich only for them. They're talking about people at the bottom too. It's just you got to know how to move through this matrix the correct way, that you won't get swallowed up and chewed up. You don't have to have lots of money. You don't have to look this way and look that way to actually make sure that you're doing things correctly. Those individuals and brothers out there that's teaching you how to buy a house and flip it and turn around and do this and do that, I mean, they actually won't give up the actual secrets on how to do that, because they want to actually keep that to themselves. And they'll extract money from you and just disrespect you and do that. I mean, I did a lot of research and actually showing you actually how to actually start a business, corporation, doing all these step-by-step videos and giving away a lot of secrets and whatever. And I want them to be given away for in a paid form. But monthly, yeah, I could have charged monthly for this. I could have charged them on the big fat packages. Well, how would I actually get my people that look like me to actually start an actual business in their local community? You know, once you start a corporation and you do these steps, the light bulb gonna come on right here. It's gonna show you how to eat other than doing a 9 to 5. It's going to show you how to actually get other people on board with you to actually move in the same direction. That's what actually the benefits of a corporation, starting a corporation, does for you. And the reason why I say corporation, because a LLC, limited liability company, that really ain't as strong as a corporation. Corporation got a lot of actually loopholes that you can slide and do here and there, legal loopholes. And you wonder why the big leagues, they actually start an actual C corporation. They don't start no S corporation, but a lot of people will tell you, you want to convert to an S corp, you want to do it. They don't totally understand. The original corporation was a C corporation. Then it slid over to an S corp. Go read it for yourself. And then they came along with the LLC and came on with all kinds of those sole proprietary. I mean, come on. We don't need to go there. I'm trying to tell you the big leagues, even the small fish that understand, they do C corporations because it has so many different tax breaks. Of course, you have to stay in this arena and stay this. It's just all about understanding. And I want you to start one and take the class so you can actually understand that you do not have to put all your eggs in a 9 to 5, because a 9 to 5 is headed for the toilet for my generation and your children's generation. Your parents, our parents, they've been there, done that. It's over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you look around, you know, I don't have to just go into details and just drive it into your head about how the 9 to 5 for us is going down. It's even going down for our predecessors, you know, Europeans. It's going down from them. I mean, you know, if you don't know this country is going in a different direction, you sleeping. So I'm not here to just bash you and clown you. I'm trying to show you exactly a new way of actually knowing how to take care of your kids, your children, and yourself. And when you start being able to take care of yourself, you can take care of all the rest of around you. I'm trying to show you how to eat around here. If you got a gift, and you have which everyone has a gift, but you're so caught up on that mouse wheel, you know, hamster wheel. You're going and 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 you're not thinking about your calling. You're not thinking about your gift. You're not thinking about the things that you can actually be passing on down to your children. You just think I can't wait to be gone from this earth. A lot of us think like that way. When I'm like, I can't wait till this is over with so I can just, you know, maybe come back and do it again or go somewhere else and be over with, because this is crazy. It is. But you have to understand what's going on. Okay? You have to understand how they moving and whatnot. You have to understand that you don't want to keep on being cherry picked on. You want to start being the cherry picker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's how you cherry pick. You don't have to be disrespecting people. You don't have to be taking advantage of people. You can do something honest and respectful like me. My actual business is a herbal business. You know, that's my passion. That's mine. Okay? You can support me or you don't have to support me. And I do appreciate those that do support me, because that's my passion, and I want to make sure everybody understands how to raise their actual energy and their immune system, become a super machine, you know, with the body. You know, that's what I want. You know what I mean? And when you do that, you can start transcending to that other stage of taking care of your spiritual state, your spiritual body. All the other things that hit in there you don't even know nothing about. We gonna get there. I just want to get you crossed over first, understanding how to take care of your body first. Because you can't even get on the spiritual side if you can't stop the addictions. But here I am talking about my passion again. But whatever your passion is, whatever your gift is, stop thinking that you can't do it. Really, honestly, just do it. If you take my class, I'll show you how easy it is. It ain't that hard. You know what I mean? There's so many benefits that you can do while you're doing with your job, and you can see for yourself how it's going to start unlocking so many things for you. And while you're doing your 9 to 5, or while you're not doing a 9 to 5, whatever you're doing. And if you currently actually have a mama papa shop, doing it this way will actually take you to another level. They'll actually see that you know how to set up actually a business account correctly. They'll know how to. They'll understand that you know how to deal with contracts correctly. I mean, it's things that they don't teach us for a reason. So you can just stay being a customer. You can stay being an actual, being serviced. It's time out for us continue being serviced and being sought out for people to just pick energy from us and just take advantage of us. Anyways, I can go on and on talking about businesses. I will give more tips and videos on how you need to start a business and giving you more insight on how you need to start a corporation and what actually it would do for you to hopefully you go over there and start. But if you already know, if you have a mentor that can actually teach you these things or you currently doing one, do not stop. You don't have to come to mine. You don't have to join up with mine. I just want you guys to start something. I want you to get out of that funk or that hole you in and crawl out and follow your dreams. Okay? This is Kareem again, and remember, like I said before, Mother Nature is your gift to healthy living. Peace.